Hey guys, what's up? It is Nathan here, and I know I've been MIA for a while, and there's a lot of reasons for that. I have posted in my community tab a little bit. There's a lot of stuff going on. I've been working basically full time. Um, I've been trying to do school stuff. There's a lot of that. I took a semester off, um, and I'm trying to get back to school. Um, I've been working on some event plannings. I've been writing a book, stuff like that. And I wanted to. I There's not a lot of Nerf stuff going on right now that I have. So what I wanted to do for this episode, or for this video, is to kind of go over my daily carry has actually changed a lot recently. And so I wanted to do a video about that because it's something that I find really interesting. Tech is one of my uh, like hobbies and interests that I don't really talk about a whole lot. So this is just something that I wanted to kind of talk about and kind of give some thoughts on. So that's what I'm gonna do. And part of the other reason is because I haven't done a daily carry for the last in about a year. So this is gonna be kind of an update because a lot of things have actually changed in a relatively short amount of time. So that's what I'm gonna do today. And hopefully you enjoy. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, one of the big things that's changed recently is actually the phone that I've used. And by that, I mean I switched. So, before. Where is it? Where are you? Before I switched, I was using an iPhone 15 Pro Max. And that was a really good phone. At that point, it was the top of the line iPhone, and I very much enjoyed it. That being said, I got really, really tired of Apple's ecosystem, and one of the things that I really wanted to try and do is go back to Android because I was on Android. I switched between Android and iPhone a lot, and I was on iPhone for 6 years. So I decided to switch to Android because I got kind of tired of Apple's ecosystem. I got tired of Apple's limitations, and so I did switch. Now, initially, I switched to just a cheap Android phone for a little while because I just needed a couple of things. And then I switched to the Motorola Razr 2024, and I really enjoyed it. In fact, I still do enjoy it. It is a very, very good. It's a very good, very capable Android phone. And then I had an S23 Ultra for a little bit just because it was more standard and generally it was just easier to use than the Razr. And then I was able to, so because of my line of work, I actually got my hands on the S25 Ultra 2 weeks before it was announced. And obviously, I can't tell you how, but I did. And so when it became available for pre-order, I pre-ordered it, and I traded in my S23 Ultra. So I got the S25 Ultra for a really good deal, and I also traded in my Apple Watch to get the Galaxy Watch Ultra, which is an excellent watch. I mean, I got it for a good deal. Otherwise, I would have just gotten like a Watch 6 Classic. And as a matter of fact, through some weird circumstances, I actually have a Watch 6 Classic, which I use for formal events because apparently that's what I do like a lot now. It's weird. But I do have an S25 Ultra now. It's just the silver, it's the 512 gig, and I really, really enjoy it. Now, it is definitely not a whole lot different, but it is still different enough that I enjoy it. But the more interesting thing is actually what I carry aside from my like phone, because phones are, they can only be so different, but I do carry more interesting stuff. I do. So all of my other tech kind of accoutrement is actually in the LTT commuter backpack. Now, I had an original LTT backpack, and I really, really enjoy it. The reason I have the commuter backpack is a very, very simple reason, and it's actually because I got the commuter backpack for my mom for Mother's Day, and she actually liked the standard LTT backpack more. So I just gave her the LTT backpack, and I decided to get the commuter backpack instead. So she has the backpack she wants, I have the backpack I want, everything's great. With it, I also do have the LTT water bottle. This is just the 40-ounce guy because I use it for work, I use it for school. And in it, my main daily driver for computer is still the MacBook Pro 14-inch. This is the M3 Pro chip, and it's an excellent daily driver. Not changing it anytime soon. I know I went Android on basically everything else, but you know, I'm still really happy with my Mac for computers, and if I need Windows, I have places that I can use Windows, so it ends up working out. And then I replaced my iPad, at least for the time being, with the Tab S9 FE, and the reason is just because it was not that expensive, and it also does exactly what I need it to do. It's definitely not as powerful as the iPad, but I don't care. It's not like it causes any problems. And so with that, I also carry a bunch. I have a couple of these guys. They're the Samsung battery banks. I use those quite a bit. In fact, I'm using one to charge my phone as I'm filming this, which is just something that's super cool that you can do. And then I also, with my phone, I actually got a pair of Galaxy Buds 3 Pro for free, and they are absolutely excellent. They are definitely my favorite earbuds that I've had. I still have my Apple ones, but I have no desire to use them. And that's the thing, is like, I'm not just like a fake Android user. Like some people on YouTube, I actually have all of my Apple stuff, and it's been living in a drawer for the last 3 months. Every once in a while I have to get on my iPhone and change something, but it doesn't really matter, you know, it's fine. And then speaking of headphones, you know, I still use my Sony XM4s. That's something that's pretty standard across my various tech videos from across the years. I do use a different pair of headphones sometimes, though, and those are my Shokz Open Run. I believe these are the 2 Pros. I really like them because they're bone conduction and air conduction. They're very good quality sound. They're very lightweight. They have great battery life, and they're great for when I'm at work because I need to have my ears open. And even noise, and even the transparency mode sometimes doesn't give as open of a sound as bone conduction headphones do. And speaking of things that I use for work, XM4s. I do also use other things for work, such as these things that I have in my backpack, and they permanently live in my backpack. And one of them is the LTT Scribe pen, which I got alongside my backpack, or my commuter backpack, I should say. And it's a really, really nice pen. I leave it in here just because it's a nice pen, and because it is the Scribe driver, I know exactly where it is, because there's actually a little pen slot. Plus, I just like bolt action pens. They're cool. And then the other thing that I got with my backpack, there are two other things that I got with my backpack, and these are actually, this is kind of the tool section. And the first thing is the regular LTT screwdriver, which, by the way, is excellent. I have used it. It's very useful. I've done a lot of work with this, and it is very, very nice. It's a little bit expensive, but for a quality tool, you know, I actually don't mind. In fact, I'd recommend getting the quality tool and not having to buy another one. I mean, it's the level of like quality that most of their stuff, if not all of it, is. The other things that I use in terms of tools, I use the Jerry Rig Everything knife. I actually, funny story about this one. So this has flown across the country with me. It's gone a lot of places with me. It went down with me to Texas. It's gone to North Carolina. It almost went to Oregon with me. The thing that the story that I have for this guy is on my way to NWAR 2024. A few months prior, I had gotten this and I had been using it for work because I was in a set building class, and I had lost it. I did not know where it was. I searched everywhere, at least I thought everywhere, for it. And so I was really sad because, you know, even though it's like a $15 knife, it's a really nice knife, and I really enjoyed it, and I got used to using it pretty often. And then when I flew to North Carolina, I went through the Denver airport, no problem, flew from Denver to Charlotte. When I flew back, Charlotte TSA caught this in my bag in one of the only pockets that I didn't check. And the thing is, of my backpack, and the thing is that Denver didn't catch this, but Charlotte did, which I thought was very funny. So I really don't want to lose this knife because it cost me $20 more to get back. If I was thinking at the time, I would have just let them take this and I would have just bought another knife, but whatever. The other thing that I have is the other LTT screwdriver, the Precision one. And the reason why I have this one is this is actually what I travel with for Nerf events, because it has some of the bits that I need in order to change kits out, disassemble blasters, and it's easier to take because it's in this nice little case. And so I actually do travel with tools because I don't travel with the normal screwdriver. The screwdriver's too long, actually. But I do travel with the miniature screwdriver, the smaller screwdriver, because it's just that easy. And I really do enjoy both of the screwdrivers. Like, I know that a lot of people have problems with LTT's stuff. I don't have a problem with it because it's worked really well for me, and I've taken I've taken this stuff like to a lot of places, and it hasn't messed up once. You know, I took the original LTT backpack. I took it to 2 years of school. I took it to New York, Texas, Oregon, North Carolina, Washington, California, Utah. Like, I took a lot. I took it a lot of places, and I had zero problem with it. So I would say that those are my like big things that I travel with. But I definitely update what I travel with pretty constantly. But this has kind of been my standard go-to, like, kind of travel stuff. And then what I'm actually filming on right now, I'm filming on my S25 Ultra, but I'm actually filming on a tripod. And on it, I'm actually using a MagSafe case and a MagSafe mount, so it's easier to just grab it instead of having to deal with the little like tightening like vice thing, which I've broken several because, you know, travel. But this is gonna definitely really help because it's very secure and it's not going anywhere. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I take everywhere. I also have an LTT tech sack with several things in it. You know, this is what I use to put like basic like toiletries when I travel. I have, right now at least, I have a Anker 45-watt charger in there for my phone or my computer. And then the other thing that I have in here actually leads me into my final thing, which I'm super, super excited about because it's actually worked really well over the past 3 months and change. And that is my Ringcon Gen 2. And I actually got it because I have some health problems, and so I wanted to get a smart ring so that I could track my sleep and also just track exercise easier because I don't sleep with the watch on. And so what's in the tech stack is the Ringcon Gen 2 charger, which is super, super cool. I really like it. I love that it lasts forever. I don't really have to worry about plugging it in like deliberately. I just plug it in when I take a shower or go like get the mail or whatever, and it ends up working out, which I really, really like. Now, that's the main thing. And when I don't have my phone on a tripod, I actually have this little MagSafe pop socket to put on it so I don't break it. So in terms of stuff that I have and stuff that I use, you know, it changes a lot, but that's what I mainly use. So if you have any recommendations though on what I can take for events and stuff that'll make my life better, please let me know. I really, really like changing and improving my tech stuff. So with that being said, I just wanted to thank you all very much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see all of you guys later. Bye.